Saturday morning. It is episode 101 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Well, we made it to episode 101.
It's happened. We're here. In a blink of an eye, it happened.
It did happen really fast, didn't it?
It did. It seems to. Just as quickly as days go by, our episodes are flying by, having a lot of fun doing them and enjoying all the different topics, and what comes in is what people would like to hear, and we always love to hear any and everyone's ideas of what they would like to hear on our show. So please email Curtis and let us know what topics you'd like to hear in the upcoming next 100 episodes.
You know, I was thinking the other day, and I was just, I was basically looking at a bunch of books in my house, and I thought to myself, Michelle's on the radio. She's done movies. She sells real estate. I figure a book has got to be next.
Oh, my goodness. It seems like there's so many. I love reading books. I love listening to books. But, like me writing a book, it's hard enough writing blogs and writing. I want maybe at a time where I'm visiting the beach house or I'm somewhere where I can really sit down. But you know what? I don't know, Curtis.
Well, you've got the radio show, you've got the podcast version of the show, so you've got multimedia going here, you've got all your web stuff. I mean, I think a book would be a natural progression. Come on.
I wonder what the title of it would be.
Oh, I'm sure we could come up with something. Michele with one L?
That sounds like a very interesting book.
Michele with one L, Cummins no G. That's your title right there.
It's mysterious, and I like mysteries. Who knows what they're going to get when they flip through the pages?
Well, how else are you going to be the queen of all media here? Come on.
We got to add that one to the list. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, writing a book would be a challenge, because I always wonder when people write books, it's like, how do you know that really happened the way you remember it?
You know what's funny is I took courses on writing children's books. I used to when I got out of college. I was thinking I really would love to write. I just had this passion for children and like at the time writing, and I almost did. So it's funny you bring that up. But
well, it's funny because my wife also wanted to be a writer.
Really?
She wanted to write cheesy romance novels.
Well, I don't know about the cheesy part, but romance novels.
Yeah, she wanted to be like do you remember the movie Romancing the Stone from the 80s with...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she wanted to be Joan Wilder. That was her goal.
Oh, that is so awesome. You know what? All the great authors, females in the past would go by male names.
That's right.
But, today you don't have to do that, but... I always look at, what would be my pseudonym? What would be the name? Not Michele Cummins, not Michele with one L, Cummins no G, but, create a new name.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. Well, the name of who wrote The Notebook? I can't remember, but I remember watching The Notebook with my wife. The problem was I figured the movie out about 20 minutes in, and then I had to sit through the rest of it figuring it out.
Can you sit through it with the tears in the eyes? And oh my gosh, that was such an emotional movie.
My problem was I'd figured that one out almost right away. I'm like, well, the old couple, he's reading about them.
You knew it.
I don't know. I figured it out real quick, and then I'm like, now I have to sit through this. Okay.
Oh no, it's a good thing I don't have a good long-term memory as much as short-term, because I love forgetting movies and then rewatching them, and they're brand new again.
Oh, that's a bonus.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, so what is our topic? What are we talking about on today's show?
Oh, okay. Oh, back on that topic. Okay, so today we're talking about the top reasons you should sell. Is that what we call this one?
Okay, so the top reasons we should sell. Now, I imagine one of the things is because maybe your neighbor is Curtis.
Top reasons why you should sell. That is exactly today, and that's exactly the reason.
Well, that would make sense because people seem to be flooding out of my neighborhood, so maybe I'm the problem.
I know. What have you done?
I blame the kids.
Well, that's... Always blame the kids. Pass the buck.
Exactly. Can't be me.
So maybe because everyone's flying out of your neighborhood and selling is one of the reasons we have is the changes in the neighborhood.
Right.
That's one of them. Theirs goes the neighborhood, which is like all your friends move out, and now it's not the same. Your kids grew up there, and you had block parties, and you knew everyone knew your name, and now everyone is selling, and it's just not the same. So personal reasons, but also, different developments happening in the neighborhood, or major changes in the neighborhood, like a highway coming in that you're hearing is coming in, or a big, huge development that's going to change the traffic flow of your street, or, reasons that are coming that you just don't want to live in. So that would be a great time to sell. And I know your area is changing, and it's not the same as it was, so that's a big reason.
Well, we are going through the shift where there's a lot of 50-year-old houses coming down in the way of brand new houses, because we have pretty good sized lots in my neighborhood, right? So you can get a good sized house on it.
Exactly, and with the changes of what the floor ratio of what you could build on those lots is kind of the flow of what's happening. Those are the buyers looking in your neighborhood, and it's a great time to sell. And that brings on, one of the first, now the second, but anyways, a strong buyer demand. That's what we have right now. The foot traffic, it refers to the number of people that are actually out physically looking at homes right now. Even through everything that we've been through the last few months, have been crazy busy with buyer demand. The latest foot traffic numbers show that there are significantly more prospective purchasers currently than we've had in the last couple of years. So that is a major thing, buyer demand. These buyers are ready, they're willing, and they're able to purchase. And they're out in the market right now. So take advantage of the buyer activity currently in the market.
I imagine that is probably a big point right now, because normally this time of year, this is when things start to slow down, as you've taught me. But it seems that we're still getting a lot of houses, getting put up for sale as of late.
You know what? It is true. I've seen a flow even in my own new listings, but also in colleagues that the listings are starting to creep up. Even though we're in October 17th today, it's crazy. So, however, there is still less competition now, because in most areas, there's just not enough homes for sale to satisfy the number of buyers that we have in the market. So this is really, really good news for home prices. There's a pent-up desire for many homeowners to move, as they've been unable to sell for the past little while. They want to move up. They want to change. They want a bigger house. They haven't liked the smaller square footage, a lot of them. But this has put a negative, they've been in a negative equity situation as well in the last couple of years. So now that they're seeing their prices move up and their equity build, they're wanting to now have the sources and ability to make that change and make that move. So homeowners are now seeing a return to positive equity because the real estate values have increased, and they just keep on increasing, and they're only set to continue to increase. So many of these homes will be coming onto the market in the near future, and we've been seeing that lately. So the choices buyers have, they'll continue to change, and they will continue to increase, is my feeling on that. And so don't wait until all this other inventory of homes comes to the market before you sell. If you're wanting to make a change now is a really, really good time, because there is not enough listings to the amount of buyers.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so what's another reason to sell your house?
Home prices are skyrocketing. So like I said about the equity building, it is true. So one major factor driving prices up is the lack of inventory available for those amount of buyers. So because the home prices are skyrocketing, we have seen the highest prices ever in the Fraser Valley. So now is a great time. And in September, we had the highest sales of detached homes than we've ever had in the history of the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. So when is a better time to sell? So I think another one before we move on to break is, there'll never be a better time to move up. And let me explain what that is. If you're moving up to a larger, more expensive home, and you're thinking, but the prices are going up, but it's the highest prices ever. So, moving up, I wouldn't do that at this time, but no, yes, you should. Consider doing it now. Prices are projected to appreciate by quite a bit over the next coming years. So if you're moving to a higher price home, it will wind up costing you more in raw dollars. So both in down payment and mortgage payment if you wait. So your 25-year housing expense with an interest rate of near 2% right now or less, you can get for less of it. Rates are projected to increase though by, a 0.5%, so half a point percentage to a full percentage over the next year or two. So, now is the perfect time for interest rates being low. You can afford more, buyer demand, and they're willing to pay more because they could afford more. And we've had a third release of the stress test since COVID started. So they've lightened up the stress test. So all of that is a great opportunity to take and move forward with.
Okay, well, I think right about now we should probably take a quick break, and then we'll come back with more in just a couple minutes. If people want some more information about real estate and on all that kind of fun stuff, what can they do?
MichelleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this. Cummins Real Estate Group show, and we're going to carry on and talk about reasons why you should sell, right, Michelle?
Correct, Curtis Pope. So the next one is it's time to move on with your life. Look at the reason you're thinking of selling in the first place and determine whether it's worth waiting or not. Is money more important than being with family?
Yes. Sorry, that was a rhetorical question, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be.
My bad.
And then is money, and Curtis, you can answer this if you really want to, is money more important than your health?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Is money more important than having the freedom to go on with your life the way you think you should and want to?
Well, the money would help with that.
It's true. Is staying stuck in the rut of life more important than your freedom and quality of life?
No, that one I can answer.
There you go. So only you know the answers to the questions above, except for now we all know Curtis's answers. So you have the power to take back control of the situation by putting your home on the market when you know it's a great time to put it on the market, when there's positivity in the marketplace and the highest equity ever, and the ability to purchase has never been as great as it has been as it is today. Perhaps the time has come for you and your family to move on and start living the life you desire and you so want. So speak with a mortgage provider, find out what that looks like. Speak to your realtor. Call me and find out what that looks like for you and what it could be, what it could mean. Believe that this could happen, that good things can happen to you. And now is a great time, a great opportunity to take advantage of that. And then the next one is home is too small and you want to upgrade. So simply, as I mentioned before, a lot of people have found that their homes are too small, or the condo or townhouse they're living in is too small, and they want a bigger yard. They just want more room in their houses. They're now working from home. All these reasons, maybe some parents have started permanently homeschooling, and there's so many reasons why people need bigger homes. So now that would be an upgrade, and now is the time to upgrade. The easiest way to avoid this type of move, to consider where you'll be in the next, think about it. Think, it's like a job interview, but it's a life interview. Where are you going to be in 5 to 10 years? What is your life going to look like 5 to 10 years? Of course, we don't hold a crystal ball, and life events and things change, but this is a great way to be able to have some longevity in your home. And if you do get a 5-year or 10-year term, that way of your mortgage, that way you don't break it early and have fees, right? Those, prepayment penalties. So really consider how your life is going to probably be in the next 5 years at least. Buy according to those plans. And of course, life isn't always, as I mentioned, wrapped up in such a neat, orderly fashion. But by buying a larger than needed home based on future anticipating needs, you can avoid the 5 to 7 year moving itch. I'm just helping people right now, great clients of mine. They got the 7-year itch. And I asked them, you have the 7-year itch, don't you? Yep, exactly 7 years. And I get it myself, that 7-year itch. We always buy more and get more than our homes could could hold. And that's where a lot of that 7-year itch comes from, is you need a bigger place, more storage, things like that. And then we mentioned earlier about, there goes the neighborhood, but literally moving forward with changes in the neighborhood. One big major one is when developers are coming in and wanting to buy in your neighborhood, in your area. When you start seeing developers knock on your door, leaving letters for you, buying up your neighbors' properties, things are about to change. You should look into the overall community plan of your area. You should look into the neighborhood plan of your area in the city that you're in, and you should find out what are the future plans for your neighborhood, for your street. What are maybe potential future roads that are maybe going through your property or behind your property. All these things factor into the timing of when you should sell. A lot of people go, I'm not going to sell ever. I love it. I'm going to stay here forever and ever. And if they allow the development to happen around them, all of a sudden their property is worth a lot less because now they're stuck, and maybe potentially development can't happen anymore because they've developed around it, and now it's not big enough, or it's just, it's not possible. So a lot of homeowners or property owners get stuck in that. They think, I'll hold off and get a higher price. But depending on where your property is and how it sits within the development and what type of development and how many developments are happening, all determines whether, you need to sell now while the other ones are selling and not wait, or you're going to lose out. And then you're going to be living through construction and living through a whole change, and you're going to end up selling anyways. It happens every time. So if development's happening in your neighborhood, that is the time to sell. Okay, so a big one is equity. So pulling out all your equity rather than just up to 80%. Most banks will allow you to remortgage, refinance, and take some of your equity out of your home up, or do a equity line of credit, but up to about 80% of the value of your property. Well, instead of only 80%, when you sell, you're pulling out 100% of that equity. And the things you can do with the full equity of your home are things like moving up, having a larger down payment, now having funds to be able to do renovations that you want, or buy all new furniture for the new place, or pick a vacation to go to with your family next year, or when they start allowing us to vacation out of the country more often. Or, there's the investment part of it, and that's a big one for me, is pulling out all your equity so that not only can you now buy a better home that suits your lifestyle and is better for you right now, but now you've got all of that where you can put, 5% on a secondary property and buy yourself a recreational property that you can enjoy and rent out maybe through Airbnb, or, have some income coming in, have another property, have that equity be building, and have that enjoyment. Unlock your real estate potential is what I love to do for my clients. And this is one exciting way to do it. For instance, let's say you're in a townhouse and you're moving up to a detached property and you're pulling out 100% of your equity, but you don't need it all to put towards your new property. What you can do is put part of that in a secondary. I'm helping somebody do that right now. They're going to buy a recreational property that they're going to Airbnb, but they'll also be able to enjoy. And now they're going to have their new property and this recreational property both being those two equities being built over time. It's a no-brainer. So that's a great way of being able to unlock your equity and build your real estate portfolio and build your quality of life. Is pulling out the 100% rather than just 80% of refinancing. And another big one, health reasons, commute reasons, job transfers, just being closer to family. So many clients of mine are just wanting to get closer to their grandchildren or children. Life plans or events change. Of course, you've got, if you have financial issues and you're needing to sell because you don't want to go in, end up in foreclosure, definitely sell. Don't hold off. Don't let whatever is happening inside of you hold you back from selling. Take control and sell, because that's going to relieve you of a lot of headache and help you in the future. So don't be afraid to sell if it's positivity, if it's positive in your life, for any of those reasons. So those are some big reasons of why you should sell right now, and as well why you should sell at different times in your life.
Okay, so a lot of good reasons there, and I'm sure people might give you a call and say, I need a little more on this, and well, I know you're there for that. Now, do you have some open houses this weekend or new listings we need to talk about?
Well, I do have 2 open houses coming up. So today at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. by appointment. This one is by appointment only. Like, I'm only going to take one group through at a time. So call me or text me at 778-885-4659 if you want to get into this one. But this is an amazing home off Ackerman Court in Abbotsford. It's got views of Mount Baker and the flats. It's a gorgeous, fully renovated home just a couple years ago. It is beautiful. It's a rancher style with it's really a 1.5 story. So the master bedroom's on the main, vaulted ceilings, open kitchen, living room layout, huge deck with a fireplace on the deck to enjoy those views. And so this is a beautiful home. It is priced at $1,025,000, and I am there today, 11 to 1. Please go to my Facebook page or social media to find out more details and watch the video and the photos, and you could also book your appointment there as well. The next one I'm doing today is from 2 to 4 at a brand new townhouse listing I have in Mission, and it is a really neat townhouse. It's got a garage and front parking. It's a 2-story and it's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it's priced at only $489,900, and it's almost 2,200 square feet of space, and it's been renovated since the building was built in 1994, but really neat townhouses there. So that, come out and see me from 2 to 4 today. And then next week I've got 2 upcoming listings. One is a basement entry home with a basement suite in a private backyard onto a ravine, and it is in Mission, and it's going to be priced at around $715,000. And then I've got a 2-story classic 1939 home, just beautiful, still wood burning fireplace. It's got some really nice upgrades, but still the original glass, doorknobs and leaded glass windows, and it's really, really nice. It's got an indoor pool. So in the 70s, they built this sunken living room, rec room, with vaulted cedar ceilings, and then there's this indoor pool. So it's really fantastic. It's a corner lot. It's actually 2 legal lots, but one house with a detached double garage through a breezeway on the corner of 7th and Welton. So that's coming up next week. So there you have it. Those are the new listings and the open houses. Curtis, can you give us a quote for this week?
I can. I can give you a quote. One of my favorite ones. It's a simple one. Ambition is a dream with a V8 engine.
Oh, love it.
You'll love where it comes from.
Vroom, vroom.
Elvis Presley.
Oh, yeah. Can't be cooler than that.
I know. I like that one. Ambition is a dream with a V8 engine.
That's nice. More power to you.
Absolutely. All right, so people want more information. Maybe they want to ask you about selling their house after hearing all this, or they want to know more about your open houses or upcoming listings. What do they got to do?
Go to michellecummins.ca.
And join us again next week when once again we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.